Hi everyone, Kim here with cardcreationsbykim.com, and I come up with the idea finally on what I wanted to do for the Mrs. Claus gift card and or treat box. I just did this video, and this is my little Santa Claus. This is like a red felt, and I've got little buttons here with the belt loop. My little collar keeps popping up, so I will fix that. And then I did a couple of versions of the Mrs. Claus. I did this one with the same felt, and I'm trying to find a white lace that's small enough that I can put on her sleeve here. And then the other one I did, I used a textured felt, and I actually thinking I like this one better. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this one on this video using this felt textured paper. And this one is cut at 9 inches, which is the small one, versus the big one, which was fit to page, and it cut at 11. Alright, so what I did here was I used this roll of lace that I bought from Joann's. I think I got like, I don't know, 2 yards of it. And I also bought these, which I think I probably got these at Joann's. I don't know. And when I bought them, I don't know what I was thinking, but they came in good use for this little project that I'm doing. And then just some pearls from Michael's. And I used tags, bags, boxes, and more. And I actually did the onesie, believe it or not. Just this here. And that's on page 45. And like I said, it's cut at 9 inches. Alright, so let's get started on that. I just wanted to show you the paper real quick. I got this at Michael's, 100,000% sure. It was one of their sales. We buy 5 and get one. I mean, buy 5 for $1 or something. So, oh, and then I did the base of it with the color book textured white cardstock from Walmart. Okay, so let's go ahead and score first. And you'll notice on this one you have the collar. One of them's deeper than the other, scoops more, and that's going to be the front of our gift box slash gift card holder. And I'm not going to put it together. I'm going to go ahead and put the dress on the front first, and then we'll tear off the score tape and put it together. Oops. And I want to make sure you line that up because it will end up not sitting up straight. So I made my first batch of Christmas cookies, just regular old chocolate chip, but my 2 sons will be taking their finals next week, and I want to get my little goodie bags to their teachers before finals. So I started that. I made a banana bread. Alright, so there we go. So let's go ahead and lay this flat. Get my score tape. Score tape does work the best when you're working with textured felt or whatnot. Well, very many people say whatnot. I'm not sure where I got that from. My mom's from the Midwest. Is that like a Midwest thing? Whatnot? I think it's cute. You know, and I'm just going along the edges so it'll stay nice. My challenge on this project was the pearl necklace. Uh-oh. There, got it. Wasn't really sure. I wanted it to be secure. But, you know, look good too. So we'll get to that in a minute. And that is good. Oops, now I need to do... I have a little bit bigger score tape I'm going to use for the sides. And you want to do it on the inside and the outside edges best you can so that the flaps fold in nicely. Right. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my score tape off of the area that I'm going to put the dress on only, not these side ones. So funny here in California. I was watching a couple minutes of the news and catching up on whatever's going on around locally, and our local weather report, they were, you know, big storm coming in. We don't even have big storms here in California. Big storms are Midwest, East Coast. We just get, I joke around and say it feels like somebody's spitting on us because it's really not a big rain at all. Okay, so we're going to put this on first. This is actually very quick once you get everything cut out. And I'm going to match it up to the shoulders. I may have cut that a little crooked, but we can trim it. Let's see how off I am on that. Not too bad, I see here what we want to do. Okay, now we want to take our hole punch and we want to go down about 1/8 an inch. You don't want to go too far to the edge because your pearl necklace will tear it. And just kind of eyeball where you want that. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to reinforce the hole with these. And they're called portable reinforcements. Why portable? That's interesting. Okay. And they are going to stick up a little bit, so you're going to need to trim them. And I just wish that they were just a tiny bit smaller, but it's enough that it's going to support it so that it won't tear if for some reason it's pulled on. Okay. Flip it over so you see where you're cutting. Let's go ahead and trim up the rest before we put the box together. And this doesn't show too much, but I'm kind of being weird about it showing. Alright. Looks pretty good. Let's trim this here. It's a little crooked. Nice. Brush that away. Okay, what are we going to do next? Let's do her little apron. Now on this lace it's got like an in and an out, and this one here is the side I'm going to do. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. Hold on. Gotta trim that up. There we go. So I'm going to use my score tape that's 1/8 of an inch, and I'm going to put it on that side there. Glue does not work with this. Score tape does. ATG does not work with this either. And I cut it a little bigger than the actual size of the dress so that I can trim it down. And it's going to go about right there, and it's okay that it goes down a little bit because it's still going to stay up. The box won't tip over. Okay, and then I have this, which I bought, I think last year at this time. It's Recollections. It's called Lace on a Roll. And it's about, I cut it about 5 inches. And you actually just peel off the back and it's already got the score tape on it. But I wanted to keep it lacy, pretty, but still in the theme of the Mrs. Claus, where she's wearing, you know, the black and the white and the red. Alright, we can go ahead and trim that now. And I always like to go to the back. I can see it better that way. And the same on this side. Just try to make it as even as possible. Alright, and then we're going to use these pearls to put on it. Just a couple small ones because we don't want to take away from the pearl necklace. Put one right, maybe 1/4 inch from her apron string. And then about right there because her necklace is going to hang down here. Alright, now this is just slightly bigger than that hole. So what I did was I went in again and just like the very edge, I punched it just a little bigger. This is pretty tricky because my next size hole punch is the bigger one and it was just way too much. That's nice. Okay, so we're going to push this through this side here, and if I have to I'll make it a little bit bigger. I just don't want to rip it. And I'm going to cut it from down here, not from the edge, or put a hole punch it. Let's try that. There we go. Alright, so I'm on the back here. I'm going to take a little tiny piece of Scotch tape, about that much. I don't want it to be too obvious, but it does need, actually I've got to flip it that way because then it'll hang better. And I'm just going to put that right over that little pearl. And it's clear tape, so you don't really see it that much. And from this side I'm going to trim it. Get it off there. And then I'm going to measure it so that it hangs in between those two. Again, I may have to make that hole bigger. Pardon me. Punching it from the inside. Alright. Slowly bringing these through so that it is the right length. I'm going to bring in one more. Like so. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to trim this off. You know what, I'm going to go ahead and, okay, get my Scotch tape. Tape that down. See, I'm kind of taping it around the pearl. Just reinforcing it. Now I was kind of not happy with the way that was hanging, so I took my itsy bitsy score tape and, because glue will not work for this type of material, I cut, oops, a little tiny piece with my, and I put it on that middle pearl. You know, a tiny glue dot would do the same thing, wouldn't it? I just don't happen to have my glue dots out. Okay, I'm going to kind of tuck it in. And I'm going to do one more little piece. Here it is. And I'm going to put it on that pearl there. And tape it just like that. That one did not stay. There we go. Alright, so now we can put our box together. To be kind of careful. Get our little apron out here. Oops, that's stuck and bugging me. You know, I mentioned in the video I did about the Santa Claus box, You know, you can put jewelry in this, perfume, a little cookie treat. Got a wide variety of things you can do. Don't want my tape to stick to my material. All right, so I'm going to go around to the back. Now this is a little bit different than the shirt box because it's not going to line up here. You're going to line it up right there. And again, right there. And then on the back of this, you can put, you can do a hole punch and hang a tag. Or if you want to stamp something prior to putting it together, you can do that. You know, like a little to and from stamp or Merry Christmas stamp, something like that. Or in addition, you could cover the back as well to make it a double-sided gift card box. Or treat box, or whatever you want to call it. I see something I need to trim here. And then on the inside, these two little flaps fold together to keep your little goodies inside, I guess. So, all right, so there's my Mrs. Claus. And as I showed in the beginning, you can have it with the flat felt or felt that's got some texture to it. All right, thanks for watching. Love to hear your comments. Have a great day. Bye.